All right, I want to talk about The Green Mile by Stephen King. The story is told by Paul Edgecombe, who is over the death row inmates at the prison that he works at. So he is older and he is writing his memoir, and he is specifically focusing on some very particular events from 1932. These events concern a couple of inmates and some things that happened at the prison during those few months. So John Coffey is on death row for the murder of two young girls, but yet he seems to have this incredible ability to heal. He can take the sickness right out of someone, almost like he's turning back the clock on time. And Paul has a really hard time reconciling that part of the man with the man who killed these two little girls. And you'll have to read the story to see how all of that plays out. Now, I can't go into too much detail or it'll give the story away, but this is Stephen King, so rest assured that there are some supernatural elements at play here. It starts off a little slow, so it took me a little bit to get into it. I had seen the movie a few years ago, so I knew I was going to enjoy it, but it took a little bit for things to get going. We go back and forth between where he currently is as he's writing the memoir and then to those events occurring in 1932. The time jumps were easy to keep up with. I didn't find them difficult at all, and it kind of made it a little bit more interesting that way. Now, this was written originally as a serial, so there were 6 parts and they were released consecutively and not all at the same time. So you could kind of tell that as you were reading it. So I think maybe that's part of why it seemed a little slow, is because he would repeat some things, because when it was originally released, it would have been a little while since you had read the previous part. And so he was just making sure to keep you up to speed. Now, the ending does make the slow start worth it. You might want to have a few tissues handy. It can be a little tough, but it was really good. The supernatural elements were different from other things that I have read, and so that was really interesting. It was kind of sad, but ultimately it was really good. I've read 2 other books by him, so I wouldn't say this was my favorite necessarily, but it was really, really good. Anyway, these are just my thoughts. What are yours? Comment. I'd love to talk about it.